Hello one all, you might recognise that place behind me. I'm at Carrow Road for reasons that may or may not have become clear on the channel already, so I won't spoil them, but just an update to confirm that Jamal Lewis has joined Newcastle United. He's completed his transfer to the North East, probably not unexpected given he withdrew from the Northern Ireland squad on Monday. It does represent a deal believed to be initially worth 15 million for Norwich City plus add-ons and potentially some clauses in there as well. What does this mean for Norwich City? Well, actually it doesn't mean too much in terms of that left back position. It just means that Javi Quintilla will probably slot in as Norwich City's first choice left back, and Sam McCallum, who if Lewis would have stuck around would have been due to have left on loan, means he'll now play and be given an opportunity to show his hand as the understudy. This fee probably represents a fairly good bit of business for Norwich City. I don't think Jamal Lewis is one of the players that they categorised in the 20+ million category that Stuart Webber spoke about on the channel last month in his exclusive interview, but it does probably represent Norwich's first major outgoing of the summer, potentially with one or two more to go as well. So it's from here it's all going to be about outgoings. We're at Carrow Road today to speak to the last of Norwich City's incomings. There you go, I said I wouldn't spoil it, and 1 minute in I have. Ben Gibson, and we're probably not expecting any more major first team incomings. Whether or not they decide to add to their youth team or not, as we've seen in the past, is something that remains to be seen. But Jamal Lewis to Newcastle has been confirmed for him. A return to the Premier League, a really good move after the Liverpool interest last month and how that fizzled out. Going to a club that is clearly well supported, that did last season play free at the back a lot. Steve Bruce probably had to try to play a bit more expansive football, and every time he did that he felt that they got punished, and so kind of reverted back to that style that we saw under Rafa Benitez, that pragmatic first sort of pragmatic football, and it's going to be interesting to watch his development in that sort of system unless Bruce tweaks it a little bit and does try to perhaps open things up. But we know everything to know about Jamal Lewis in terms of his athleticism, in terms of his quality, in terms of ball carrying, gets up and down really well. Defensively, I think as a one-on-one defender he is very good. For me, the only mark and the mark that Newcastle probably need to develop him further on is that offensive game and how he makes final decisions in the final third, and perhaps his final ball at times as well. Norwich City aren't really a side who have looked across the ball under Daniel Farke, and you would imagine he's going to be asked to do that at Newcastle, especially given that we've seen Callum Wilson and Ryan Fraser come in as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what he's like in respect to that side of his game, and whether he can put in a ball from deep and can develop that side of his game. But look, I still think there's so much more potential to get out of Jamal Lewis, and if I'm being brutally honest as I stand here today, I think that Norwich fans, if you offered them the chance to let go of one of those sort of 5 assets, then Jamal Lewis probably would have been the one that they would have accepted, as opposed to perhaps one of the attacking players such as Emi Buendia or Todd Cantwell, for example. But look, he's a very talented player. He'll be a miss in these parts, and he's been at Norwich for 6 years. They've got 100 appearances out of him. They believe they've got a fee that is representative of the work they've done and the development they've done on him, and you have to kind of, I think, be in agreement with that to an extent. And as I said, they've already got a policy whereby if they do let these players go, they have the replacements in the building, so that allows them to again try and drive that price up higher, because they've got no need to sell these players. But equally, if they do, they're in a position already where they're probably okay. I think the only one that really would probably demand maybe dipping into the market again is Emi Buendia. They haven't got that natural sort of technician behind the front three, but I certainly don't think they'll be in a position come the end of the window, and don't quote me on this, but it's just a feeling I get, that they won't sell Emi Buendia and Todd Cantwell, and I think it probably is a result if they manage to keep more of those young players than they sell. And if they do that, then I think most Norwich fans will be grateful, because they've got to remember there's a competitive element to this as well. The fact that they can't actually sort of hinder their chances too much. This is still a side looking to get back into the Premier League, and that is going to command some quality players, and you need that as well. So there you go, that's my very quick fire reaction on Jamal Lewis's move to Newcastle United. I'm going to go and chat to Ben Gibson. Make sure you leave this video a like and subscribe as well. That Ben Gibson interview he's going to be on here later, might already be on here by the time you watch this. Thank you very much for all your continued support recently. Content's been doing really well, plenty more of that. Of course, Norwich City kick off their championship campaign against Huddersfield Town on Saturday. PinkUn.com, the place to go for all your Norwich City news, opinion and analysis. Stay safe, see you soon. Thanks for watching.